on, Doug. Well, LaRenarde and I are all set to go canoe camp. Got my gear bag here, got clothing and water over here. And she's got her pad in the boat, so she'll be comfortable on the cold, cold water. It is freezing out here. It is 32 degrees. It's supposed to get up into mid-40s today. Low temperature, probably again below freezing. Tomorrow's high though is 50. So, we're going to go paddle across the lake, go have some fun. Cove that we normally do not get to paddle up. It is reasonably deep and reasonably wide. Very pretty. Just went by the parking lot and our vehicle is the only one there. Of course, it's not the only parking lot available, but it's the nearest one. Now this takes a left and right fork. Looks like the right fork is going to be deeper and run further and run wider. Although it is becoming increasingly shallow. About 6 inches, maybe 8 inches here in depth on the right side, and there it drops to well over a foot deep. And I think this is going to be it right about here. Very nice. Again, further than we've ever been able to travel before, simply because the depth of the water. Pretty fun. The other nice thing is there's almost no wind in these areas between the hills and the trees. There's several evergreens on the hilltops here, so they really bring that wind volume down quite a bit. It's very, very nice. Of course, we'll be back out on the main lake, which is why I'm not filming there, because it's just wind noise at that point. Beautiful day out. I checked my thermometer right after I finished my sandwich, and it registered 56 degrees. Of course, it was sitting directly in the sunlight and almost no wind coming on it, so reasonably it's in the upper 40s. And then on the lake itself, it feels like it's around 42 degrees, just because as the wind comes across the very cold water, it loses some of its heat. You feel the impact of it. But still a very nice day to be out, as long as you have proper layering on, which I do. And LaRenarde has her jacket on for life jacket, and she's sitting on a pad that is 5 layers. One of the layers is a thermal layer, so she's comfortable there too. We're going to head back to camp. Maybe go for a short walk and do some exploring when we get there. Oh, here comes that wind. Well, LaRenarde and I are at camp. I've already organized some of the wood, collected up a couple of pieces that are going to be over by my house, and I broke those up, so I'm going to be starting a fire here in the near future. The sun is coming out. It is warming up. It feels like it's about 37 or 38 degrees. Short paddle across the lake. I did restack our wood pile. It fell down. There was a tree limb that fell on it, knocked the whole thing over. That only took a minute or two. Got my gear bags over here, and gee, we're all set to go. Gonna enjoy the day. High temperature, middle 40s. So right now it's just a smidgen above freezing. When we started, of course, it was freezing. When we wake up in the morning, it will be sub-freezing. That's camping. LaRenarde is listening to something under the leaves. Could be a mole, could be a mouse, could just be an insect. Well, we've been out here for about an hour. LaRenarde has done all of her smells that she needs to get done right away. She's a pretty happy dog right now. That's the food bag. That's the little dog food barrel. Starter wood. It's not official. We don't have a fire going yet, but we will. So I've got my house all set up. I brought the tarp down about 18 inches, and that gives that spreader a little bit more pull on the tarp, and so it doesn't feel like it's going to collapse on me when it gets wet. There's a 20% chance of a light drizzle tonight that should last about 30 minutes. I've got LaRenarde's night bed set up outside right now, so when she gets tired she can curl up. There's a small divot in the ground there that I made. My camp chair is set up near the fire pit. There's my cook kit. Coffee pot's in the red bag. I actually brought that this time. And spare bags. So that backpack right there is actually empty except for the rain suit. Everything else is taken care of and put up. The 130 liter bag is empty right now. Cutting tools are near some wood. Always keep it there so I know where it's at. And our canoe is still down by the lake because I'm going to take a bit of a canoe ride later with the dog. Something to do. So officially we got on the water at 9:30. It's probably about 11 by now. It is warming up nicely, and inside of my house it is very comfortable. The sun comes through the sidewall, the wind is knocked down, and it's just darn comfortable in there. I do have my down pants and jacket for my night gear. I pulled those out and fluffed those up. I'll do that again, probably 2 or 3 more times before it gets dark, just to make sure there's maximum warmth capacity. So here's the inside of the house again. Pretty darn comfy in there. This alcove normally has lily pads all across the surface here. But there's 2 factors playing into it that there are no lily pads. 1, the water is higher, and 2, it's technically winter. So the lily pads are back down underneath the water. We're going to see if we can get across this. A bit shallow. Looks good. That's a bird box that's in the picture frame. There goes a mallard duck. So this area right here is normally about 10 feet, maybe 12 feet wide. And it is probably 30 feet wide right now, maybe 45 in some places. We're going to see how far up this one goes. Saw a blue heron fly over here and appeared as if it was going to land, so we might get to see a blue heron. Caught a tree branch. Turned his head on. There she is. Way up ahead, about a tenth of a mile. So she heard me paddling. Yeah, this is still more than 40 feet wide here. And this is usually where I have to stop because you just run aground. So I'm very curious to see how far we can go. I think we've been aground. Pretty up here. I think we can maybe turn around here too. Very, very careful. Very lucky. Got one rock sitting there. I'm going to have to go back a little bit. Around that one. Let's see if that was far enough. Like I knew what I was doing. Very nice. That's the advantage of a 12-foot boat versus a 15-foot boat. The disadvantage is there is definitely less load capacity and room in a 12-foot boat. The nice part is this is plastic composite material. And so I have no worries about bringing it out when it's going to be sub-freezing. My cedar wood canoe I actually have stored in my basement right now. not even in the garage, because we did have a couple of days where it got down to single digits and the garage is well. So this makes it official. We got the fire started. I used a piece of cotton ball and some petroleum jelly, and then piled some sticks on top. And then I've got another pile of sticks on the grate. They're pretty wet. They were laying on the ground, so they'll dry out. It's good wood though. It'll burn hot and hard. It's a hardwood, so it'll burn long. So I want to get that going right away. And I've got these sticks over here. I'll do a little bit of processing on those, size them down, split them in half. And they'll go on the fire because I would like to have a pot of coffee. So we'll get some coffee going. I did bring some water, 1.5 gallons. That's 12 pounds of water. I also have my water filter just in case. So I'm going to tend this fire for about a half hour and process some wood in the meantime. What do you think, LaRenarde? She's not sure. Well, the coffee is not yet perking, but I was able to split that large log and then split it in half. The smaller one in diameter was about 4 feet long. I made 4 1-foots out of it. And then the other one I haven't split in half yet, but it's half burned on one side, so I may not actually split that one anymore. Looks like that water is steaming in the coffee pot. I'm looking forward to having a cup and sharing a meal with LaRenarde. I'm kind of hungry. LaRenarde is a very polite eater. I'll make my sandwich here in a minute. Summer sausage, cheese on flatbread. I forgot to bring mustard, but that's okay. I don't need it. And the coffee has just started perking. I'll be able to pour a cup in about 3 minutes. And then wait 5 minutes for it to cool. After I pour it, I'll go ahead and make my sandwich. So as I'm eating my sandwich, I'll be able to sip on some coffee. Pretty darn nice. And the wood around the fire continues to dry out very nicely. There's steam coming off of it. LaRenarde continues to enjoy her food. It is very pleasant out here now. I've got a thermometer, I'll have to check it, but it feels like it's middle 40s already. I'm guessing it's 11:30. Great coffee. Yeah, it is. It's good coffee. Well, LaRenarde and I have set up camp. We've both enjoyed our lunch. And we're going to just do a little paddle about. When we arrived here, there were no other vehicles in the parking lot. It's a Friday, so for most people they're working. I did notice that the water in the lake is up about a foot to 18 inches. So it's the highest level I've ever been here. So it's going to be interesting to take a peek at these coves and see how far we can traverse in the boat. It'll be a bit unique. So this is just to the side of our camp. It's where we filter water when we need water. I have never made it up this far. Very nice. Pretty cool, eh? Stay, dog. And the stream is still flowing. So we've had rain off and on the last couple of weeks. But in addition to that, so this is February 25th, I believe, is the date. The ground has been thawing, and so it's been releasing a lot of the winter water that was stored in it in the form of ice, and that's being released now. So the last couple days were in the upper 60s in most places. Very unusual for February, very enjoyable. I will say that. We'll give you a scenic tour all the way around here. Well, LaRenarde and I are back from our canoe adventure around the lake. Got about 4 miles in today. The boat is up for the evening, as is the paddle. My life jacket. LaRenarde, I still have hers on her, keep her warm. And when we got back up, I put some sticks on what was remaining of the fire. And it was just some embers. And I was collecting more sticks, and they caught. And so I decided, well, why not go process some more wood? So it's above where the flame is, so it's drying out because it's been a bit wet the last 2 months. That's probably all I'll use through tomorrow. I don't plan to leave until after 12 noon. And let's see, what else do I have going on? Oh, coffee. So I rewarmed the coffee and filled the cup and poured a third of it back in. I'm going to clean up the grounds and be able to boil some water a bit later for some ramen soup with my evening meal, because I like ramen soup. I also moved a couple of our rocks. So this one was a tabletop. I rolled this down about 8 feet. And it is nearly level. I shifted these two over and then restacked these two on the top to give us more tabletop surfaces that are relatively level. Everything was tipping and tilting, and we didn't have very many tabletop surfaces to work with. So now we It is morning. We just got up 5 minutes ago. I got dressed, brought the food bag down. LaRenarde is happy to be eating. She's hungry. It was a very restful night. It did rain probably around 2 in the morning. Very light drizzle. That was in the forecast, a 20% chance. I have just started the fire. The coffee pot has water in it, no grounds. I think I'll make a cup of ramen soup once that water becomes warm. And then I'll throw some grounds in for the rest of the water and make some coffee. What a great night. So my tarp is sagging a bit, as is normal, and the spreader is doing its job, holding it open. Appears to be cloudy today. For now, it's supposed to get sunny and middle 50s for a high temperature. It won't take long for that water to get boiling. That's the morning temperature. Not bad. "15 minutes and the coffee is boiling. I have ramen soup, rehydrating. I'm eating my sandwich. Summer sausage, cheese, wrapped in flatbread. Yummy. Enjoying some of the birds as they wake up. They're quiet for the moment. The water is very still on the lake. It's beautiful out here. What do you think, LaRenarde? Well, it is mid-morning and our boat is packed. LaRenarde is comfortable, sitting on her insulated bed. My bag is packed. Leave no trace except for some wood that's pre-cut at the campsite. And we're going to go explore the lake before we actually go back in.